the perfect balance between marriage and one night stands. So when you look at two extremes of that, whether you have the marriage and this is your only girl and you're going to try to be monogamous, and what you think is monogamous, where it might not be that way on her end, that's one extreme. And then on the other end is the one night stand, never talk to them again kind of thing. So whenever you look at the extremes of any situation, it's usually better to find a middle state, a balanced state. So in 2021, the modern world, with social media and female hypergamy that's always been there, social media that adds to it, plus just the way the way the society is right now, the way things are. What is this happy medium? Can we find some sort of balance that's good for everybody, both men and women? And so I think the perfect balance between the both extremes, the marriage and where you're just with each other only, or you say that to each other, who knows, beyond that, but that's one extreme. And then the other extreme would be the one night stands and that's it, pump and dump kind of thing. So both of them can be very draining, honestly. Like the illusion that this one person is only going to have eyes for you, that can be very draining on you if that's the mindset you have going forward. And then the other extreme of just, people are just objects and it can just be this disposable thing, never talk to them again, don't care about their emotions, their feelings, that can be very draining as well. So what is this happy medium that we can find between the two? I think a good happy medium would be a dating rotation. So especially as a guy, and with these red pill channels that you see on YouTube, a lot of them can come across as very women hating. Some of them are very scorned men that have this hatred towards females. Some of them are just looking for the truth of the intersexual dynamics in terms of a man's role and a woman's role. And I don't mean that in terms of set gender roles, but I mean if a woman wants a guy to be a provider, to be good looking, to make money, to be strong, to be confident, charismatic, alpha male, has his stuff together, all of that, it's a different timeline because the man's going to need time to get going. So an 18-year-old high school kid is not going to be a 28-year-old man who's not going to be a 38-year-old man. There's a progression to that as a man, whereas women are not going to have that trajectory. It's going to be kind of the opposite, with the fertility starting young and then going down from there. So as a man, what you should be doing after high school, as soon as you turn 18, whether you go to college or not, take it upon yourself to work hard and become the best version of yourself so you can actually offer something great to a woman. Whether you decide to do anything serious or casual in the course of your life, use the late teens and the early 20s and the mid 20s and the late 20s, so that like high school 18 to like 29, 30 as a man, use that to work hard. Whether you go to college or not, work hard, accept yourself as at the bottom of someone's company. Maybe the 50-year-old guy has had a company for years and he needs workers. You're young, you're just starting out. Be a team player. Help the other guy succeed. Want to see another guy succeed. Don't get jealous on petty shit, because you have goals, they have goals. We all have goals of what we're trying to achieve. But as the young man who's able-bodied, has good energy, accept yourself at the bottom of the economy and work your way up. And then when you get to 30 or so, 35, and then you have a little bit more money, you know the world a little bit better, you have more to offer. At that point, whether you do the serious thing or the casual thing, I think a good medium would be to have a dating rotation. And just have a dating rotation to where you're not being completely serious in terms of now until death do us part, but you're also not treating women as objects where, it's just going to be something that I don't care about your feelings or emotions in any context and you're expendable, because we don't want that with any human being. So a good happy medium between the two is to just work on yourself as a man. Work on what you need to do to get yourself up the ladder, whatever that is, with your career, your finances, your health, your fitness, your goals, your spirituality. Get yourself up the ladder and you be the prize. Create your own life. You be the draw of attention that women will come into your life as a byproduct of you just being an awesome guy. And then you can keep a dating rotation. It doesn't have to be marriage where it's just one and you're going to try to do it's only going to be us two, no eyes for anyone else. You don't have to do that extreme, and you don't have to do the other extreme either of everybody just being expendable and it's taking a toll on you emotionally because everything's so temporary and you're just kind of using people as objects. And a happy medium would be to just get yourself together with your career, your goals, your money, your looks, status, whatever that is, and get yourself up the ladder. Maintain a good frame for yourself, and then have women be a byproduct, and just have a rotation going and provide for them, take care of them. But don't get yourself in a situation where you're just the provider, where you're just providing resources and that's all you're seen as. And so you need to keep your own life afloat. You need to keep your own life going. So you don't have to fall into either extremes, and you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's nothing wrong about either. If someone wants to be 100% monogamous to one person, and it's just gonna be those two for life, then that's fine. And if someone just wants to do the whole party scene and just sleep around and do their thing, that's fine. That's a personal choice. I'm not going to say that anyone doesn't have the right or the choice to do that. I'm just saying a lot of people that find themselves on both extremes tend to be some of the unhappiest and unfulfilled among us when you actually really get to talking to them. And you see this a lot. You see these marriages that are crumbling, that aren't really happy, or they'll when they post pictures, it's from years ago because the current state is not happy and they don't take current pictures together. So they're always posting like, oh, this was, remember it's our 20th year wedding anniversary, and they post a picture from the wedding as opposed to those two actually like hugging or kissing or being in a picture and being happy. And just the toll of everything adds to that. The family, the in-laws, the kids, the work, the stress, the other people that you meet, and you find connections with other people. Now you got this legal contract. So a lot of the people in these marriages, they find themselves in those stressful situations because they're kind of on that one extreme, or trying to maintain that one extreme, trying to maintain the monogamous death do us part thing. Because maybe they also, with a lot of people, they got married in a church, and so their in-laws have a perception of what their marriage is, their friends, their community, their family. So they can't be seen as the person that's contemplating divorce, or they can't be seen as the person who cheated on their wife or husband, because that's going to look bad to the community. So they maintain this perception of this happy thing, but it just adds more stress. So you see that one extreme that's very stressful, and then you see the other extreme too, where people, they maybe go to college and in the course of 18 to 22 hook up with 1,000 people, and that just their life is like partying, sex, alcohol, drugs, tattoos, piercings. They go through their 20s doing that, and then they're just exhausted and wasted. And especially on the women's side, and I don't mean that in terms of she can't do it as much as a man. I'm talking about the recovery aspect, where a man and a woman both waking up and realizing a better path at age 30 is just two different places, because a man can still get a career going. He's still in a place where he can be that dominant provider to another woman who's younger, or whatever the case may be. But the woman waking up at 30, her fertility's at a different spot. Men are going to view her differently. It's just they're at a different place biologically and spiritually. So it's not like the man's a stud, the woman's a slut. I'm just saying there's a difference between a man and a woman that did that party scene where they just slept with 1,000 people by age 22, and then through the rest of their 20s they just go to bars, clubs, random hookups. I don't even remember who I slept with because I was drinking, and just like all of that through their 20s. That drains them too. A lot of people. There's some people on both extremes, the marriage, the one-on-one, and also the partiers that hook up with a bunch of people. There are a few that genuinely do like the lifestyle that they chose, but a lot of them, they're kind of stuck on that extreme to where, as I've gone before in other content about the duality of life, is things tend to work better when there's a balance to it. Things tend to work better when there's more nuanced understanding of what's going on. So a lot of these people that chose one of those paths, both extremes, it creates these stressful situations down the road later in life. So a good happy medium for that would be to put yourself as the prize, put yourself as the main focus, your own life, because no one's going to do anything for you, man or woman. No one's going to hand you stuff. Nobody has your best interest like you do. No one's just going to give you random money. No one really cares about your success. No one really cares about your goals or where you're headed, or you have a kid and you post the baby pictures. People might say, oh yeah, cute baby and everything, but it's your baby. It's your kid to take care of. That was your action. That's your responsibility. Nobody really cares. So you need to care about your own life. And since this is a man's channel in general, I'm a man myself speaking to men for the most part about men's issues. I'm speaking in the context of a man that's interested in women, so my audience tends to be male-centric, but this goes for men and women. Just focus on yourself, focus on what you need to do, for your own health, your own happiness, your own life, regardless of your choices or wherever you fall on the spectrum. Focus on yourself, always maintaining your position, always maintaining happiness, always maintaining health, always maintaining success, and then have a rotation of a couple people that you're cool with, a couple people that you find attractive, a couple people that you click with, and you don't have to be on either extreme. Whereas society, it kind of sometimes pushes us either way, where it's like, oh, well, the marriage, the family, the kids, that's just what you do. Or just go to college and have fun and party and hook up, that's just what you do. Or then you got like the guys that they like track score, and it's like you're less of a man if you're not out partying or looking for a girl, and they, like, guys get into that so that like he feels like he has to keep up with his other guys. And so both extremes kind of get pushed on you by all these people. There's nothing wrong with a balanced state. There's nothing wrong with just working on yourself, your money, your fitness, your health, your looks, your goals, spirituality. Meditate, work on yourself, and there's nothing wrong if you're working as a man your entire 20s to achieve something great, to become something great so that you can offer something. And then if you're 30 and you got 4 women that you just like and they like you and it's all good, and now that you have the money to really provide, then date all 4 of them. And then you don't need to be out like having one-night stands with 1,000 different women, and you don't need to just settle down with one. You could have found, hey, 4 or 5 women that I click with, that I like, and I can see them at different intervals, and it's all good. So a good happy medium could be anywhere in the middle. Figure out those answers for yourself. But a lot of times with these dating videos, red pill and advice, it does focus a lot more on the marriage or the hooking up culture. So to go on a topic more about a happy medium, I think that's a really good place to be. Just focus on yourself. Nothing wrong with like a small dating rotation of just a couple people that you click with. You're a guy that you've grown up and you're mature and you've understood your mistakes over time, and now you're at a position as an older man to provide something. Have a couple girls that are just really cool, and you want to make sure that they're afloat and that their lives are going well, and you can actually help them out now because you've worked. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think finding a happy medium would benefit a lot of people.